But a recent article in the Washington Post said he gets, quote, either glossed over or ignored for the next face of the NBA. Tatum addressed that in the interview, saying, I don't really want to insert myself in things that can be debated.
No.
Did he win a championship? Now he's talking about himself the third time. Yes. Did he win gold medals? Yes. Was he always a part of winning seasons? Was he first team All-NBA?
No.
Those are things that you know are hard evidence. Yes or no? Face of the NBA, they can always debate. But it's like, I check off all the boxes.
Yo.
Oh, wow.
Slick.
Okay, so I'm not going to insert myself, but I'm going to talk about myself in the third person, and I just might list all of my particulars. So should Jason Tatum feel disrespected?
Yes, he
for the fact that
should.
He's not in the
And you know what's funny? Everything he said, he's right.
He's right. True facts.
All NBA, right? First teams. I got a gold medal. I got a championship. Listen.
Yeah, don't bring the gold medal thing up. That's sensitive.
But in the last 7 years, though, I mean, he's been to the conference finals 5 times. Any other player with that type of accolades, right, star status, they would be up there. Imagine if his resume was Ant-Man's.
Yeah.
He the face of the league. He's just, but he don't get that, and I don't understand why. I was thinking like maybe because he don't have the extra thing about him, because he's great on the court, he's great off the court, right? He's a great teammate. He's never in the headlines for anything bad, right? People love him, right? He got a nice sneaker contract, right? So everything as a superstar, he does that.
Yeah.
He balls, he wins, and he plays for the Celtics.
Yeah.
Ain't like the guy's playing for Memphis. He plays for the Celtics. He said a big basketball, brand.
Huge.
Why he ain't the face of the NBA? And I was thinking about maybe it's because he doesn't have that extra thing to him where he don't really talk trash.
Yeah.
He's a good father. Like he's always smiling and all. And I was like, well, is that the issue, Shady? Because I look at Steph Curry.
I thought you were going to say because he plays with Jaylen Brown.
No. But I was seriously when the topic came up, I was thinking, why he's not the face of the league? Because he has the resume, right? He has the look. What is it?
So you think he should? You think he should?
Yeah, he should be
the
disrespect.
face
Yes.
of the league.
Why not? Everything you need to check the box, he just told you he checks the box. Why not?
So is this should he be in the conversation?
Yeah, at least the conversation.
That's the question. He just Shady leaped to.
Right. He shouldn't be the face of the league.
But I'm saying at least be considered.
My original answer was no, but listening to Shady and listening to my man talk, he's right, and those are all facts.
Yeah.
So when you're just talking about being in the conversation, his name should be mentioned in the conversation.
That's all.
But to be honest with you, if we really keeping it a buck, personality-wise, he does not have the personality and the killer instinct and the dog to be the face of the franchise. Ant-Man ain't accomplished nothing what this dude has accomplished, but we all know that personality-wise, Ant-Man is different. Ant-Man is telling people however you want it, whenever you want it, on the hard top, in the gym, whenever. He just comes off like that. And usually when you're the face of the league, you have that persona. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily think Jason Tatum has that persona to be the face of the league. Hell of a player, going to be a Hall of Fame player, but I don't think he has that persona to be the face of the league. But he definitely should be in the conversation.
That's what I'm saying. There's a conversation.
No doubt.
Right, that's
With what
all.
he's accomplished, he should be in the conversation.
100%. He should be in the conversation, and he should feel disrespected or overlooked the fact that he's not. My issue is that we don't have one right now who is an American player. We're having this debate. And I don't know who, I mean, is LeBron James the face of the league by default? A 40-year-old? That doesn't say a whole lot about where we are.
So who's your
with
face
our
of the
game.
league right now, American or not?
Oh, the league can't not have.
I think it
No,
has to, it probably is LeBron by default.
Of course. Yeah.
Right?
But I'm saying you. What's your answer? American or not? Who's the face of the NBA
Well,
if you had to
He just
choose?
said it has to be American.
Me alone?
No,
I don't think there is one. I think that's one of the problems that it has. And I think that the other part is that right now the top candidates, and I know you're not going to like this, are foreign players.
Yeah.
Are we going to have a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander or a Victor Wembanyama? I mean,
Giannis,
those guys
Luka,
are
Joker,
the candidates.
all of them are international.
Yeah. The reality is...
Are you telling me right here today that the face of the league is not an American?
I'm saying that's where we're headed.
It would never happen. It would never happen. It would never happen.
Well, look, right now we're having
So
to
that
live
it's
off of
answer
a
him in the
40-year-old.
next generation.
All the MVPs, all the last MVPs been foreign players, right?
Yes.
They not the face of the league. It would never happen, though. I'm trying to tell you that.
Well,
I just don't understand how he's not even. I would feel disrespected if the resume he has, and he's not even in the conversation, right? Plays for one of the most visible franchises in all of sports,
All
the
of
Celtics.
sports.
Like the guy on the team. We can debate JB, JT. I think JT's a better player.
Right.
Okay. Has won 3 first-team All-NBAs. The dude's 26. He'll be 27 next month. And then, look, even though you don't want to say, he still won a gold medal. He's part of the team. I get that. He didn't play a lot of minutes. He still won it. And just because that's where I struggle. Just because he's laid back and he's a good dad or whatever Sadie would say, or all this stuff, why can't a face of a franchise, like face of the league, be that? Because you want some edge to it. You want this and you want that. Look, the face of any sports league for me, it's hard not to think it's going to be Luka coming up, even though it's an international player. Like once LeBron's out, like he's one of the better players in the league, and it's just like he should feel disrespected. And I don't think it's fair to him or fair to any sports league if you have a guy that is clean cut and doesn't have a podcast like Paul George or doesn't have this and that and that. Like, since when has that been the requisite for being the face of a league?
That's fair. Speaking of clean cut, Aaron Rodgers or Matthew Stafford?
You can't say Sam Darnold. Like, he's not in this group. Please. God dang.
Matthew Stafford, because he's a top 5 quarterback. Who'd you rather have, a 37-year-old or a 41-year-old?
37-year-old.
37-year-old. Who would you rather have, a guy who's a top 5 quarterback or a guy who's not a top 5 quarterback right now?
Top 5 quarterback.
I don't know.
James 41.
Stop that. Yeah, you are 41. That's fine.
4 MVP
Look,
or a 0-time MVP? I don't know. I'm just.
where are you at right now,
I don't know.
James Jones? It's got to be Stafford. For me, he's one of those guys that can still at 37. I think he can play 3 or 4 more years, truly. Now, he's been banged up a little bit. He's been hurt. Can he continue the play? I think so. Like, whoever... Here's where I'm at, and I'm trying to make sense of it. I'm trying to make sense of, like, why would you want Rodgers? Why would you want this? Stafford doesn't come with any baggage. Stafford is a dog. And I'm not saying Rodgers does or is not a dog.
Okay, coming at you.
But well, I can see that side eye look from your guy. You know what I mean? But like with Stafford, yeah, right. With Stafford, you get a dog. One of the smartest dudes I've ever been around. He's still in his prime, okay, and I think he still has a few more years left. When you look at who you'd rather have to be your franchise guy for the next 2 or 3 years, I think Rodgers is playing 1 more year. Okay, and then he's going to retire, and then he's going to call it. Now, stat-wise, Rodgers and Stafford, Rodgers actually had a better year.
Yes, he did.
But who takes over games in tough situations, in tight situations? It's got to be Matthew Stafford.
I mean, like, this is an easy one. Aaron Rodgers, won 5 games last year. What are we talking? I'm not about to go crazy on this because I respect Aaron, and I'm not going to disrespect him.
Hall of Fame.
He's not Sam Darnold. He's a real player. So I'm going to respectfully say I'm going with Matthew Stafford. One guy took his team to the playoffs and 1 play away from going to the NC Championship game. The other guy gave you less wins than Zach Wilson.
You love that.
Respectfully, though.
We love that tape.
I would not want, at this stage, I would not want any part of Aaron Rodgers.
Why not?
Because as much talk as there is about his self-discovery and darkness retreats,
Ayahuasca,
and all of that, I'm finding out who I am. Aaron Rodgers is showing me right now that he does not know who he is at the present time because he is not a superstar any longer. And he carries himself and acts as if he expects superstar treatment. And sometimes you have to realize with age, with infirmity, with injuries, like, you know what? I'm just not, I can still be a guy, but I'm not the guy. And Matthew Stafford, for all that he's done, doesn't give me that feeling. So that's where, if I'm another team,
Hey, we don't need the peanut gallery. Well said.
That was
That was pretty good.
That was good.
Slick
Slick killed it on that.